Welcome to Magic Morning Tea. Magic Morning Tea is the best for brightening your day. Our dedicated team are always set and ready to bring you impactful information to magically brighten up your day. Magic Morning Tea will bring you information on tourism, culture, gender, politics, sports, disability, and many more. So stay tuned, stay connected to Magic Morning Tea on Magic Television, Channel 38, Facebook, YouTube, and other social media handles. Magic Television, your trusted information hub.
The same old system and the same problem.
Welcome to Magic Morning Tea. Magic Morning Tea is the best for brightening your
this wonderful, interesting program when at the Magic Morning Tea, where they come to you live on our channel 38 on Facebook, YouTube, and all other social media handling. Magic Morning Tea na the program where they bring you daily information. We go brighten up your day. So they with me for the next 1 hour 30 minutes. Don't forget to drop your comments, question, contribution to things that we will discuss inside the program. To WhatsApp number also 03090 1038 1038 090 1038 38. Mina Edward Onyake Toure, one pie presenter them for this Magic Morning Tea.
And Mina Fatima say good morning. Now the program today, the medical superintendent na the Lunge Government Hospital, Dr. Alusain Amiyila say this hospital don't they stand by for tackle any suspected Ebola case na the country. And this plus other interesting story and report then at the program for you this morning. So no go nowhere, continue for day with me for the next 1 hour 30 minutes. And at the studio this morning, we can't talk proper one, but the Ebola outbreak where we see happen recently in DR Congo and Uganda, waiting the na salon in terms of preparedness. You will carry this morning from the Ministry of Health and Sanitation, plus the Lunge Government Hospital, where according to the medical superintendent, they stand by in case of any suspected case. Continue for day with we, and don't forget to drop your comment or question to the number 090 1038 1038. The number again is 090 1038 1038. We will continue with the program.
We will start the program good fast in one. Usai the Foundation for Rural and Urban Transformation, FORUT, now one organization we don't contribute for fight against drug abuse through the intervention, and the organization on Monday 8th June don't start one program with community people on how for tap drug and alcohol abuse them. Now then community them. This training they take place na Kono, and after yesterday it go Maboka. We own Fatima Sise been put this report together and will now report.
The Foundation for Rural and Urban Transformation, FORUT, don't begin give sabi to some community people na Magboka, Kono and Potloko districts them. For make them people here who get sabi, but the bad thing them will go happen to people where they take drug or alcohol. This training will begin at Magboka Monday, 8 June 2026, be draw the attention of young people where they live with disability, community leader, woman, and plenty other one day. Mohamed Sandi, now the advocacy and communications officer na FORUT, where he be the welcome people na this training. He advised them for take advantage of the opportunity so that they go able learn where them will go help the community for be free from drug and alcohol abuse. Christian Samura, now the Potloko district program manager, where they in charge of mental health. He encourage young people for the exercise patient and try for pull and pan drug and alcohol abuse them and pay attention to things them where it say go benefit them and then community them.
Majority of the family die COVID, but it's still there. So my fitting not easy, it's difficult, but still we don't go further. We don't give up or for say put yourself inside also.
Part of im own advice, one journalist and civil society advocate na Makini, Yakoya Kamara, say people wey dey do the drug and alcohol business dey live with other people na different community dem, and e say for make dem go able for fet this fet, e call on dem people so for tap or reduce the way and manner how they don dey into this business. Inside the Thimne language, e talk to people na this community for tap the alcohol and drug business.
This business all day inside for, I know say not a new thing. That's much you can't offer you, much that tell a bang of a pan drug say my batch might die. And some persons tell people will not batch here, some of people die. And one of the two are glady, we always there inside, and the session one meeting mental health on how we for able to manage research. And like young people and then when are the importance of this sensitization for the young one then. So man they say me why get this stress, and they go take different things there. For there I relieve me say. But when you wake, the problem still there around you, not so. So how we able to manage research so that you know go end up at the end of the day, go begin go take push, go begin go take tramadol and other things then. Sure. You say make you go take them thing there. We all don't be victim of circumstance today. If you picking all the day, you sister picking or you brother picking or you man or you wife, you go dey parenting there. So therefore, I want to follow we all put we attention on this. We were there inside we are ambassadors because after year, we go back and go talk to other people. Remember say now the organization say una come out. Now one person kaya not so. Say for example, I come out CFN. Now me one grade kaya or two. We enough with the number of picking the what they look after. We not enough. So we get a role play after here. Because if you not to down and afraid, this how we go. People they don't send them picking their university, they don't come back. And they're kind in different conditions. When nobody no come around all the way left for us. We all get a role for play. Now we get with communities and now we for put laws them. Now we for put them down.
Madam Kamara say we so continue for talk about waiting and waiting it mean forget this sabi from folds and also how it will help for bring a turnaround at the community if people embrace the training. People will benefit from this training. Self-time Magic TV waiting they don't learn from folds and how they go put them into practice.
Me na Samuel Ishmael Dao, nama Burka Ade. Glad it's today at least way for 4 routes being come with this training. They teach we many things them. One of the things them like alcohol, mental health, and drugs. For me, they talk more. They emphasize on alcohol. The effect of alcohol. Where plenty people there right now today, then they mourn now the various hosts them, and some then they die. And me go serve as an ambassador at least for cascade them message there to me company youth man them, even big people them, or at least for make I advise them for make them stop taking alcohol. And alcohol now a dangerous sick and a dangerous thing where they harm the body. They even spoil the internal organ, you know, they know. So by the time now they realize, you go find out, say, you don't get swelling stomach and then the food they don't begin make, you know. So I'm glad you much today. And I will serve as an ambassador for go transfer this message here to my company.
My name is Emma S. Vicabo. Well, today I'm happy for this program here because I can gain and learn a lot of things, and especially I learn about drugs and mental health. First, I will start with the drug. Well, what me understand about the drug, we get 2 types of drugs, one are the legal and the illegal. Well, what more I understand about the illegal drugs, wherein most of the country picking them at a young age, they misuse and abuse these drugs them, yeah, and they affect them greatly. more especially the one that wey dem be say na dem dey na school and na dem for can become future leaders, dem don become misuse of this harmful drugs here. And I believe say wey I don come understand on drugs, I go pass out the message to me company pikin dem wey dey in that habit for the misuse drugs dem. For like I tell them say this harmful drugs wey dem dey use, wey dem dey intake, e not good for their health and their system.
Me na Marion, Star Women in Action. I really appreciate for Roots a workshop where they can train with today on mental health. Mental health na a slowly killer where they happen now with communities them, now with schools them, now with workplace them. Where we know we sabi how we dey manage am and then how we dey interpret am to people them. And if say when they say mental health, na that person who we can normally refers to as Chris man. Mental health not only Chris man, it dey affect, it also affects we. Now we place of work, now we schools them, the naming and shaming what they did to between them, even our workplaces they all can say man and woman self can suffer that mental health. Also na the community first self we dey learn say the need wey pikin be sabi before put Canada blind dey dance with am. It dey also affect that pikin dey. So I really appreciate for Wood for way e make me for that be an opportunities for that witness this training wey very important in my life. And wey also I no go slow down with this training, I go also pass am to the community wey Sakomo. So on behalf of we, I want to tell for thank you for witness this training.
For Magic Television, me na Fatima Sisi will bring you that report day where Aminata Bangura put.
From that particular report, we now go inside Lunge Usai. We don't join Dr. Alusaini Lawin, the medical superintendent for the Lunge Government Hospital. And inside a television interview where I be doing some, a tell Magic Television but how they don't prepare and how waiting not happen at the holding center and safe confirm say the country prepare for handle any outbreak will include Ebola. Well, I've been doing this interview and go now report.
So the Lunga Government Hospital has been one of the hospitals the whole government always don't use for prepare this country in case there's a pandemic. So one good thing what the government don't do, the government don't try for upgrade the isolation center, and then the government currently they on upgrading the treatment center. So we don't get two massive facelift here. Then of course then government, what the government don't do, government don't make sure say we get what we call the IPC, what are infection prevention and control. We make sure say government don't make sure say it don't make sure say we don't train all the staff then. So all the staff there in terms of human resource, we all ready in case any eventuality happens.
Okay, so this particular holding center, before we come first to the IPC we talk about, waiting and waiting equipped with.
So basically, the government don't provide. Of course, there's 24-hour water supply inside the center. There's what we call PPEs, one protective gears. So government don't provide that one day, and we, as we speak currently, we don't put an emergency list to the Ministry of Health. For them provide emergency drugs, even though we know say nothing no day right now, no risk no day, but we don't write down one day. The ministry will not ask for forward with emergency list, which we have done, which the ministry currently they work on in terms of drug and consumables.
Okay, for the betterment of we listeners and doctor, you make mention of two things. You talk about IPC and PPE. What's the meaning of that thing in there?
So basically, what would they talk about the IPC? Now a way of cleanliness. Now a way of cleanliness. Will they show you how for put on then, how for dress, how for pull out, usai this for go. Usadande for go, not touch your company. If you know wash your hand, you always go for make sure say you wash your hand with soap and water, or you make sure say you always get sanitizer for make sure say you wash your hand with sanitizer. And then the IPC they for quality. Always there for quality. So you know when you talk about health is quality. You ever give people a quality service. So the IPC helps you for now you provide the quality. Now you still not infect yourself. Now the IPC that one. So talk about the PPE. The PPE, now the clothes them, the goggles what they wear, the gloves they what they wear. Then they all up. No. I call it now PPE then that one day. What they use for protect ourselves. So all anything the government through the Ministry of Health don't provide anything and they. So as we speak currently, we store stock with anything and they. Even though we not get one case alarm, no case for alarm, but we get down them who they stand by.
Okay, on the side of the medical staffs, them, what are some of the training and public education where they give to people than that part there?
So basically, like every week, the ministry they send a notification where they tell we about the progress, how whatever WHO talk about, the ministry they discuss it with we. For now, we know say okay, this thing still in Congo, what's not the effect or they Uganda, what's they happen in Congo, what's they happen in Uganda. So we serve they abreast with the current situation, what's they happen on that side of the like we say, like of course, when you watch what's in the happen at the airports currently, at the airport, the ministry will don't put a thermal camera at the airport, where they scan passengers that they come inside. Because for now we get this disease, it get for pass through the borders them. Because I don't get no case. So if case they come inside, it have to come out from the borders. Either person from the airport, either from the land or from the sea. But also me concerned at the air because the Lungi government hospitals you don't have Lungi, they also will host the international airports. So government don't put all anything in place like I've been telling you. Government provided PPE and mask for we hotel staff that were within at the airport. We make sure say any passenger come with a taking temperature. The camera, the thermal camera back, they snap the passenger that will come, take the temperature. For now, we be say like now we will detect in case the cancer will be detected earlier. And the way the government back don't do, of course, doing was it Saturday, government be don't open this portal. Health portal or be say anybody who the car inside you need to fill that portal day. Or they show you waiting if you get fever, we don't know. If anything go for Apple, we don't know before you reach salon. So government don't through the Ministry of Health don't do boku, we don't do boku. So I think that we're there on top of situation.
Okay, so what's the coordination between the hospital and the airport?
Of course, like the airports, what we talk about, like the health workers that we work there, they are being supervised by me, myself, one of the medical superintendents of the Lungi Government Hospital. So, of course, for anything, any memo the ministry, they make sure so we share them with the airport management. So, you go to the airport today, right now, you see posters of Ebola, you see messaging of Ebola. So now for that period, social distancing they take place. So all these are just methods where the Ministry of Health and in collaboration with the National Public Health Agency of Poland, where we they send to the airports for themselves, make sure say passengers they follow the laws there.
Okay, talk about the health portal. Not so everybody really now the Lungi International Airport gets good medical background. What in everything I don't do for educate staffs them really working at the airport on how they for treat medical situations them.
Well, thank you very much, my brother. That's a very good question. Saturday to Sunday, the Ministry of Health being also in collaboration with National Public Health Agency, sponsored by Japago, they organize a training session, not only for the health personnel, but then for all the other sectors that would work inside the airports. That training session took 2 days, half of fill the portal, waiting everybody for look for, which was a successful training. So I think that's been cascaded not only to the health workers there, but then to they want them back. As long as you know frontline workers at the airport, it's been cascaded to them.
So now let's come to the health portal for better understanding. What's in this health portal they about?
Well, this health portal, anybody with a cancer salon or the left salon, you get for film. This it make we take decision on a real time basis. So if me get a problem, for example, also at the commot now Uganda, for example, also at the Uganda. So before ever I buy ticket, I need to fill this health portal, what it show what they show say, I've been in Uganda, now Uganda they come out, I they fly from Uganda, I they carry inside salon. Then if I get temperature and other thing them back, I get for fix inside the health portal. One go give we this make we the healthcare worker make firm decision and on a real time basis. So when I ask you can no more we go pick them because then we get access to the portal. We go watch, we get no say okay this person now from Rwanda and now from Uganda it come out, or from DR Congo it come out, and it come with fever. So as soon as we see this person, we dey isolate them at the airport there. Once we isolate them at the airport, then we station an ambulance already. For over 2 weeks now, we don't station an ambulance just for this purpose, for pick the isolated case then, yeah, cases that one with the suspect say get Ebola, for pull them commodity, let them not mix with the public, bring them kind of the hospital, which is 100% ready for the Ebola response.
Okay, doctor. Let's say we get a case wherein somebody come out Uganda and he mingle with other people and inside the plane. If we not detect, say, it gets a particular signs or symptoms of Ebola, now that one individually na the quarantine or na the entire plane we come.
So that the good thing now one day about the portal. The portal back they put you air ticket, you seat number. So all the one that way you don't mix with all day where you sit down with inside the plane now. All I want then we isolate them all. Contact tracing this, the surveillance team, of course, now we get one of the best surveillance system cut across the sub-region. So we surveillance team, they work hard, make sure say we capture only one that will be linear and will interface with the suspected case. So that is all we isolate them. We isolate them, like I said, the hospital isolation center is currently on facelift. So which means we are ready for now we get any suspected case, for now we isolate any suspected case.
We from source where they meet Magic Television, light now one of the challenges them we on they face in that particular place there. Is it settled or is still a cripple?
Why I will not say it is settled, because then of course the Ministry of Health also they look into solarization of the hospital, which we hope say as soon as possible. The Lunge Government Hospital will forget about blackout. It will be a 24-hour light situation. So the ministry is working with in partners there for letting make sure they solarize the whole government hospital. So yes, we can't say it's thing of the past for now, but we pray as soon as possible it becomes a thing of the past.
Okay, doctor. So let's ask again. The Lunge Government Hospital, they get 24-hour electricity.
No, we know they get 24-hour electricity. That's the honest truth, not 24-hour electricity. We prioritize the night, which during the day we can go ahead. Of course, we get emergency units there. We'll get solar. We'll be say like for example the maternity ward, it's fully solarized, so we don't need to worry about time. We talk about the operating theater, we'll back fully solarized. We don't need to worry about that one day. So, but with the, like I said, the ministry they try for make sure say with the whole hospital become fully solarized as soon as possible.
So what about the holding center we una put as a standby? If get good electricity.
So basically, the ministry the type of watch if we never solarize that on time, when we get a generator just for the treatment center and the holding center, what we're going to use for make sure say it has light on a 24-hour basis.
Okay, so finally, before I let you go, what will be words of advice and also it some of the challenges them we una think say government for help on power?
Of course, like you rightfully say, light is a bigger issue in Lungi, not only for the government hospital, but light is a big issue for the whole of Lungi. So I think say like the government try at least now we forget about light issue. So I think say once we forget about light issue in Lungi, I think say that will be a blessing to all of us. But apart from that one, the ministry, we have to recommend the Ministry of Health, the leadership, the minister himself, and the leadership of the Ministry of Health and National Public Health Agency for these proactive measures they would not take. We not get, like I said, we not get 98, but then just take a leap forward. Do not take many steps forward for now make sure say for protect the people of Sierra Leone. For now make sure say everything. If we're not able to stop them, for coming. But once it coming, we able to tackle them. But we number one aim now for stop them, let it not get inside. So I think, say for me, to be honest, you ask me, I would say lights, because the hospital get 24-hour water supply. It's one of the cleanest hospitals cut across this country. So in terms of IPC, like I say, we are one of the best cut across the country. So I think so we are ready. We really ready for make sure say whatever will be the circumstance, we're ready for.
Well, plenty thank you to Dr. Ila for a quick update today we be inside that particular interview. We'll go take another story. We say the Commission for Persons with Disability now commission them be established inside 2010, and since they may establish now for ensure say physically challenged people self participate in social, religious, and other developmental activities them. And the national agreement will be born the tripartite recommendation, being the recommendation 50 to 52 for persons with disability. We see political party them for involve persons with disability them by all political activities them and self political offices them. Well, not too long ago, the commission will pull one position paper with the Miguel meeting with the Electoral Commission for Sierra Leone. And inside that particular position paper, they talk about the recommendations then with the tripartite being given and how they will ensure say they enforce them and put them into law. Well, I've been talked to Commissioner Brahma Sharif, we're now the Commissioner for Persons with Disability, and he will tell you more inside this particular interview. National Commission for Persons with Disability, na commission where government been open for people them we get physical challenge. And inside 2010, the government be pass one act we go protect the people they are. Inside 2012, the government may same way so start for implement the act them where they be put inside the recommendation. Some of the recommendation them now before include them pan government's business, social participation, religious and moral practice them. For sure say the commission get voice and value during the national agreement where the government and the All People Congress Party been signed, we be born the tripartite recommendation, be give recommendation 50 to 52, we be give them people had the chance for get percentage per all political party activity them, we go make the world go hear them voice. Now for sake of that make the commission don't pull one position paper for member the electoral commission but the government and how the agreement with electoral commission they go. I've been talked to the commissioner for persons with disability when a Brahma Sharif inside this interview.
Yeah, good afternoon and welcome to Magic Television. We say the Commission for Persons with Disability then put one particular position paper. First, before we come properly into what's in the position paper there about.
So thank you. I've been the chairman for the National Commission for Persons with Disability. And inside 2010, Salon signed the United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disability. On a global commitment for say Salon done ready for take steps to make sure say first they recognize people with disability, or secondly for ensure say they will take action for ensure their well-being and their dignity. And inside 2011, Salon passed the Persons with Disability Law, where are the acts. Where inside that act they then give the commission mandates for ensure say the well-being, dignity and welfare for people with disability. Their manager. But then inside 2012, Salon established the National Commission for Persons with Disability. What means say progressively Sierra Leone to take steps where they should say they want to address the issue of people with disability. But then just recently, the tripartite recommendation 50 to 52 make a very clear say people with disability therefore take part in the elections, but also in governance of the state, and therefore start from 2% progressively to 5%. These are the benchmarks, that the background this will make the commission take the lead. But also, if we look at the political space for the past years, the representation of people with disability in a certain way we not go right to anything about them. Because we don't get moments where there's one person with disability go there as a legislative person. But then for governance, we don't get one or two people, but that is the problem. And because we don't get representations inside the legislative and inside the executive, we find out say the issues of people with disability, now some people no more dey discuss am. E no be thoroughly institutionalized, although Sierra Leone don make dem commitment there. So as an institution wey responsible for the welfare of people with disability, we don take upon ourselves for engage first as a way for talk to the right institutions wey the electoral commission for Sierra Leone one. So we don visit the electoral commission on a courtesy visit and we don share with us. So this na be an opportunity for let the chief electoral commissioner and chairman and the national returning officer wey na Edmond Sylvester Alpha and the commissioners can also pay courtesy visits to the commission. So we take the opportunity for present a position paper. That position paper remind you about the challenges wey persons with disability gets, the low representation we gets, and the fact say we still dey face a lot of barriers wey camper elections issue and governance. So we present a position paper wey say we catalog the barriers wey people with disability dey face. And then barriers they are not to thin and any way we all need for look around for. Physical barriers, accessibility. Most times we get voter registration or polling centers where they are places where people with disability need for access. But sometimes even if they in a place where accessible, then they far off from persons with disability. So it becomes very difficult for let them go there. We get polling centers or voter registration centers where the places where are step lady, so somebody with wheelchair needed for access. That's a problem. But we also get the issue about language barrier. Sometimes somebody with speech and hearing impaired can a voter center or a polling station in order talk or in order hearing. The problem we'll get now that we'll not get expert polling officers for you for effectively and adequately communicate to them people here. So as a result, the people are normally left out. But we also get people the way visually impaired looking Canada place here, and we're voting for this secret ballot. But sometimes because we don't get either braille or tactile ballots, then they ask for the other person accompany this person. What is the assurance that this person votes protected if you meet somebody who is interested for votes na the other party where you want for vote at the other party? Voter education are the other issue. What do they do? Voter education. Sign language for them for brothers and sisters with speech and hearing impaired. So they go for understand what in the ECSL they talk about. But most often then they miss out on the critical issues here. One a major issue. Like I say, assistive device now some braille, tactile ballot and others. But you also get the attitudinal and social factor where they affect people with disability. My brother, until you meet somebody who don't understand disability and will not respect disability, you will be surprised for listening to the kind of language people can use against people with disability. But look you know even for taking yourself if they can't grumble. We don't want that state there anymore. We also get the issue of representation of people with disability, either as polling officers or selection officers, but also even for serve as temporary or permanent staff for the Electoral Commission for Sierra Leone. We think say nothing for us without us. Now a mantra is really very important. To get people with disabilities sit down at the center, forget a conversation about what in them they feel, then we get the opportunity to go on. And we say we get opportunities now. The opportunities now that we get the tripartite recommendations, we get an electoral commission for Sierra Leone, we're ready for inclusive issues because the commission supports and feed into the review of the inclusive policy, one of the best for now for institutions in this country. So we take the opportunity where the chief electoral commissioner and other colleague commissioners and come for present this position paper where we catalog all of them in the day.
E carry on for encourage all people them win a physical challenge for continue them work and same way so encourage them and give them words of inspiration for sake of their recommendation here. For Magic TV News, Edward Nyake to read the report.
Well, that's Nabi Ibrahima Abdullah Sharif and Ina the chairman and chief commissioner na the National Commission for Persons with Disability. Be they talk inside the interview there with Edward Nyake Toure. Also, be they talk about the position paper where they don't deliver to the Electoral Commission for Sierra Leone. We dey continue with the program, and the program we still dey watch na Magic Morning Tea, where they come to you live na Magic Television on channel 38, Facebook, and of course na we YouTube channel. Well, like I tell you earlier on, today we can talk to the Ministry of Health, where we can give you an update what's waiting on the happen with regards preparation, as we don't hear say the Ebola sick day now na DR Congo, Uganda, and waiting Salon to do in terms of preparedness in case we get any suspected Ebola case. Well, now the studio this morning, I dey welcome Harold Thomas, when the program manager, health education program na the Ministry of Health and Sanitation. Good morning again and welcome to the program, sir.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
All right. So first of all, let me start with getting a rundown of waiting on the happen where Salon gets the news say Ebola don't come back and DR Congo and Uganda already don't get.
Well, immediately when the DR Congo they declare an outbreak of Ebola and also the neighboring country Uganda, Salon always anytime we first of all send a public notice to everybody for say this situation happen now then two countries and we for be aware and we for make sure we adhere to preventive measures. Although the risk to Salon as where WHO say very low or medium, but we not waste any time because we know waiting Ebola virus disease, so we inform the public, and not only informing the public, few days afterwards we even put up an advisory waiting for doom. And the National Public Health Agency, where they work directly with the Ministry of Health, we immediately also step up with emergency preparedness measure. So what we do, all the core capacities, which I mean like surveillance, epidemiology, risk communication, laboratory, medical countermeasures, points of entries, we activate them one time, and we make sure say we be on preparedness mode. What we do, we make sure say we put in place things like what's a medical countermeasure in case we get any case within everything we go able for use, how we will get prepared, and we put up messages, we make sure say we laboratory set, and everything we take for we don't do, and right now we're on very high alert. And not again, what we do again, we always in communication within two countries and even with neighboring countries. Just this Friday will pass, the Ministry of Health and the National Public Health Agency, they don't get what we call an online portal. We, for passengers, they will travel now. All with points of entry. When I say points of entry, by again also like points of exit, like the Lungi International Airport, the sea ports, the land border crossing points, and even some of them one day we can deem as unofficial. We not to government approved place, but to side people in the past. Fortunately for we get only two borders in this country, the one from Guinea and Liberia. And we also get the sea, where ships and other vessels then they come, and we get, the air, we now one, airports we get. So what we do, the Minister of Health on Friday, we all been did the Lungi Airport, we launched this new portal. Because the portal will launch now for make people and they do online, forms them. You find out say first them, like waiting that this happen if you travel, you get for them, you get for give form where they fill with pen. It's very cumbersome if you travel out or you can't inside. But don't make it so easy that you go just if you get your phone or your tablet, you go just scan the QR code, then the website open for you, or you just put the URL and you feel you information dey so that we go know what you as a traveler don. Not only that, we dey do we usual temperature checks, we will get we thermal cameras, and we if you dey far away, they no need for just go put we wetin we can call infrared when that gun and put am near you. If they dey far away, the cameras dem pick you, dem go know if you get temperature. So we don do all that one day, and we make sure say we put messages in. If you go to the airport, you go see the messages and they roll on the screens. We roll up banners and we posters and all over all the districts, and we make sure say we don't do preparedness and measures. And we get in contact with the two neighboring countries, Guinea, Liberia, and even Cote d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast, and all the ECOWAS countries. Although we not get any case as of now, they make sure say we put things in place. But the problem
quick one. Mr. Howard, before we come to the problem, before we come properly into the health aspect of this particular disease here, there is always conception where in the minds of Sierra Leoneans, let me use two for an example. The past Ebola and coronavirus. When they start, there was conception that the level of preparedness we government they put in place, quote unquote, something and get for with Sierra Leone. The conception, how?
What do you mean by the level of preparedness and get for cancer?
Yeah. Taking into cognizance all the way to now they put in place. So, and in the minds of Sierra Leoneans.
So what did I get for with?
The Ebola disease.
Well, I mean, they come and say the problem, you not allow me, but carry on.
Yeah, no, that's good. Now, make I say before we come to the health aspect of the problem, the mindset of the people.
Well, now that's ability for come, but yes, carry on.
Yeah, so what's in the ministry they do for kill that mindset of the people?
Well, now that's ability for say what I want to say, but the problem we get, we don't go to Ebola outbreak to 2014, till 2016. We see how devastating the outbreak be, in Sierra Leone. We lost over 4,000, people in the country. And that way they take 4,000 people. If you put in a 50-seater bus, now like 80 bus will full with people in. So for the one day where if you say 4,000 people in, about 4,000 people in die, then can visualize say like, also you get bus where they take 50 people in. Now like 80 bus full of people in. Now like that kind of situation. So we take them very serious. Unfortunately, like which they come so soon, I said we want to try for say. I could remember when we be the try for, put the public notice, the press release together. I look before we go out, I smile for us, I say, people then when they go see this, then go say now, COVID, done, okay, other disease, mpox, done, now one bring another thing come. And exactly, when we begin to talk about this, and the same thing people in the talk say, well, they don't done, COVID be not done, mpox done, and other things they want bring cancer. But we, not only they bring disease and kind of the country, we make sure say we detect and we prevent and make sure say we not get any kind sickness. Because if you do early intervention, it is better for you than you wait the thing kind of your doorsteps. Now that they make we do. We not the manufacture disease in any way, shape or form. But what we try to do now for make people aware and make them take preventive measure. But that mindset, as you put them, now in a very, very much serious. Because if people then don't begin to think so, say I lie then they lie or waiting. So they're not able to make sure say waiting they tell them. Simple and straightforward instructions so they give them. Waiting for do like make sure say if they see anybody we like get fever, we get headache, vomiting, or in body all the heart, then just report 117 or then go to the nearest health facility or put things in place like hand washing, use alcohol-based hand rub and all that kind of thing. You know, these are the simple and straightforward and easy to carry out instruction. But instead of that, then they talk different talk. And you find out, say, going back, like, let's just take from the last outbreak we've been given a Mpox. When Mpox came out of the country, a lot of people then say, na lie, then they lie, this na chicken pox, this na duck's alley, na this, na that. And most of them people, and the way they talk them what in they end up for, getting disease and and some not be fortunate for make them, because if you not believe something, you're not able to do preventive measures for make you protect yourself. Or some people have been get them, don't let them, now then go back, then go to different media houses and then talk to them people and say, hey, we're not being believable, but now we believe I get this thing and nearly one day. But you not go wait, let it happen to you before ever you believe. Because it's very much important, the work where Ministry of Health, the last time we've been getting Ebola 2014. Honestly, we not been even know waiting. A lot of people they not been know waiting at Ebola, then they read on a book, do an causes, but they not been know. And the country ministry not been prepared at that time. So we see waiting happen. But now we are better prepared. Now that make, as we hear it so, we don't begin make sure, say, we tell people everything for do, and we put things in place. So we for be very, very, appreciative of the fact, say, we don't get a ministry. In fact, the Ministry of Health, last time we began Ebola, a lot of, doctors, nurses, hygienists, and everybody who been the work at Ministry of Health, they were involved in Ebola, preparedness and response and everything. So the fact that the normal routine services then go down. So until if you get malaria or you get for good a simple operation, person or you even afraid for going to the health facility then, some people then go even lost in life. But now we get an outfit when at the National Public Health Agency, when at them that work they then sit down for do all what they do without the Ministry of Health, then they go on with their own normal work, So now that we don't better prepared this time round. You see, always what they do so, if we've been doing 2014, that's not meant for happen. But we don't learn lessons then, and we don't identify a lot of lessons that we don't learn, and we they make sure say we do them for save people in life, for prevent people and from getting illness, for even for make sure say we promote people health, and even for alleviate suffering if anybody get any sickness. So now this now we do, but we they appeal to people and really go about they say na lie, they not believe, all that kind of thing. And if you feel say you not believe, you not left unto yourself, you tell somebody, and people then some people and they will believe in you, then respect you. You they sway the minds of them people and if anything happen with them people and it go be say you now you contribute for like if person get sick or get for die, and we not want that one in this country. Now that make we don't go well ahead of time. We not look say Uganda far from Salone or DR Congo far from Salone. In today's world, I can always say diseases when they travel at the speed of a jetliner, like how plane in speed. Also sickness in the travel, because sickness they not get hand and not get foot, but now we the mortal man them or animals are the vehicle. So if person commotes DR Congo for Canada, sometimes it will take like 8 hours. It don't reach Salone. So you see within 8 hours, problem will not happen. So now that make we put things in place for make sure say then kind of thing are not happen. So much as we they deal with expert knowledge, which I mean the Ministry of Health, the medical people and everything, the lay perspective very important. We need to get a fine balance between expert knowledge and lay perspective so that the communities we messages they will give. Now for communities for prepare them, for make sure say we protect them. So then self for be very receptive to the messages and then for be very cooperative with we.
Okay, you make mention of the health portal.
Yeah.
And you say you did at the airport already.
Yes.
We don't start there. And now three means of transportation we can get now, say either air, land, or the sea, through traveling by the sea. So for the water inside, within everything that the arrangement owner don't make for people coming through using the sea.
the same arrangements na cut across all means of transportation for na the country. We call them area then they outside people and they disembark and then we call them points of entry. And again, na the same point of entry, na the point of exit as well. So Salone, I can always say Salone are one of the very few country or the only country where if you want to go out of the country, they travel by air, land and sea. Because you get for course, ferry or course with water taxi or boat for go Lunge, you get for use motorcar for go something at the ferry done, you get for go by air. So all of them, the points of entry or exit and we dey make sure say before you go we monitor the portal na just one instrument wey dey use but we ported officers and dey within the check people we get other means wey we dey take for put things in place even at the airline level we get waiting and waiting we dey do so like Friday if you one day we been at the airport see say not a Ministry of Health no more. Ministry of Health been did the National Public Health Agency, Civil Aviation been did the airport authorities them been did even the chiefs them, the traditional leaders them, they all been the religious leaders and everybody. So it takes everybody now the whole of community and the whole of government approach for make sure say this way they do so we able for prevent problems them for letting not kind of country. We not they ever take for granted say okay the threats are low. You see with behavior like for instance I just bring this just quick when you look at DRC this has been the 17th time when they get Ebola at that country the 17th time. We don't get them one time. We will not one forever get them again. We dey prepare. So if a country we don't get them 17 time, then still not understand, then still no one for believe. If you dey follow the news few weeks ago, you find out say what thing them they do. Then they not even believe when them family and they die and say forgive anybody. When the authorities are not they do and then storm the place, then burn parts of the treatment centers. Then. So if then they behave so, it's difficult for the you see how the death rates don't go up yonder because much as we need cooperation from the public in anything we do. And the other thing where I want to say, the Ebola who been get 2014 na this place, Salone, Liberia and Guinea, and the Ebola where they get again even at DRC the last time we didn't get them, it's different from this one. Ebola na Ebola. But the virus, the strain of the virus, the last time we get Ebola Zaire. Ebola Zaire, we don't get, a lot of people that we don't get in a salon, they don't immune to them. For instance, if they're exposed to Ebola virus, they're not going to likely forget them. Or a lot of we or other people don't take the Ebola vaccine for Ebola Zaire. So if you even you expose, you're not going to likely get them. But this one, then call them a different strain, Bujumbujo strain. This particular one is different. That vaccine, where they for Zaire, is not the work pan Bujumbujo strain. That person will be not get Ebola Zaire, we say in a survival, and not will get Ebola. Yes, for Zaire, fine. But this one, you find out you see how people in the die. So it they take between 6 to 9 months for letting they even develop a vaccine for them. Who's like this right now? So no vaccine already. You understand? So now that reason they make for take them very, very serious at this country say not to that Ebola way we've been known now. We so we know why make it come because no day we go get any even partial or full immunity for them right now, na Salone or anywhere in the world. So this is very, very much serious.
Okay. Again, you talk about say then part some of them sick their animal also can spread them.
Yeah.
And me and you know say there's a possibility for an animal used to the bush the crossing point them border areas and share them in between. What are some of the prevention you want to make in terms of the animal aspect of them?
Well, it's true, but for this outbreak, you know, Ebola, then call a zoonotic disease, meaning animal they get them, mortal man they get them. But when you in the animal world, if you among animal, you know they cause problem to the animal themselves. Then go hardly sick or then die of that particular sickness.
But mortal man for eat that particular animal day.
For say if na Ebola, then go die. If they die something or other thing, kill them. But when there is interaction between animals and human, like we they say, mortal man go eat them particular animal, they go hunt them, or then go get them for pets or something.
Yeah.
So when that happens, then there is a spillover from the animals to human. We call it animal to human transmission. And when that happens, then we get what we call a sustained human to human transmission. And not say human to human transmission is sustained. Like they go on for a very long time. For interrupt that chain of transmission, it will be very difficult for them. So now that make, and right now it don't already establish that there is a sustained human to human transmission of Ebola in Bujumbura. Then two countries, and the DRC and Uganda, we get the potential for spread other countries. So right now we have to be very, very careful with human to human transmission. Notwithstanding, we always tell people and say, Ebola, the animals that really get them, we call them non-human primates. Non-human primates, and then beef them a bush fever mortal man. But they're not so mortal man. I make na primates. Some of them they work on two legs like mortal man. We see them like monkey, babu, gorilla, chimpanzee. Then one and the now non-human primates. Then some of them other animals them because the animal like bats they fly, but na animal and mammal. Then one in the back, then even for spread them. And we find out that even saloon we don't do research in saloon where in fact we upon the Ebola virus them we been there, you know, they get Sudan, then get Zaire, then get Bujumbura. We don't find out another strain of Ebola and saloon where we call the Bombali Ebola virus, where we find out some parts of Bombali area, we mostly in the free-tail bats, then they actually transmit around it. So they get a lot of potential animals for spread then disease and so we much as we for be very careful with human to human transmission, at the same time animal to human transmission is possible. But like this outbreak, there is a sustained human to human transmission already going on where the potential there for spread to any other part of the world.
Yeah, so I want to go, please, I want to go on my question again. In cases of animals, within the National Public Health Agency don't do and the ministry for combat the human to human strain, or when animal don't transmit, as you say, for make it not go affect Sierra Leone?
Well, this probably go on so now. I don't take my time for explain from scratch.
Yeah, so if I can understand, sir, all what you said now the public education about how it happen.
Not only that.
Yes,
more
how and how it transmit. I'm asking what as the ministry and the National Public Health Agency don't do for combat the animal aspect of this.
Oh, the animal, in fact, we get what we call now health. Not a human health, no more the deal with you. We get what we call now a One Health set up in this country. One Health. What do you mean by One Health? We mean animal health, that is Ministry of Agriculture, the veterinary and the division. The one that we look at health of animals. We get human health. We get environmental health. So like EPA and the Ministry of Environment, and then they for environmental health. Then Ministry of Agriculture, they for animal health. Ministry of Health, they for human health. So them three, then they come together, we get a One Health platform. Because the animals, as I say, there are a lot of diseases. Over 70 or more % of diseases now zoonotic diseases, where human beings they get them, animals and they get them. Then we get what we call the environmental health, where the space where we dey interact, me and you and animals, and the environment. So we gather one health set up there. So even right now, sef wey we dey constitute all the core capacities or what we call pillars, Ministry of Agriculture dem dey there, Ministry of Environment dem dey there, and even the security sector like ONS, like NDMA, the one and they all dey inside that one there, because we get a broader health than wetin we dey look at, say Ministry of Health, because a lot of things wey something happen, wetin Ministry of Health dey do? Not to Ministry of Health no more. The environment, the space wey we dey, the animals as well, the wildlife, we dey deal with all the one, and they all dey with wetin we dey do, so all the talk of prevention, because we get the wildlife set up wey the animals and then they even take care of the health, and they prevent interaction, because when they're not hamburg nobody. We all will use the same space, amicably. But if outside and they, you grab, you go brush the, you want to make oops, they not get side for the. Then they go outside not for the, done a lot of problems and they happen. And a lot of animals and they where we can eat. Like we get cow, we get fish, we get beef, we get everything. But some people then go say, well, this particular animal, then they go for go on. And then one and they, not to say where you eat some, not the problem. If you if you didn't have the animal in blood, for instance, Ebola, you go catch monkey, you get Ebola. By the time you slaughter, you try for cooker. Until you get caught and you hand everything. If you get Ebola, you don't get them. And when you get them, when you sick, nobody know go there. You didn't host with your company. You sick, you not touch them. Okay. Or sometimes you sit down, I use a can't sit down. You use it in clothing or something. Now, so the disease and the spread. So if you ask that, we and they tell you, so we get a very, very strong One Health network in this country.
Okay, Mr. Make a holiday a little bit. Well, fam, don't forget to say the program where you watch and listen to. Now, the Magic Morning Tea, where they meet you live on Magic Television, on Channel 38, and Facebook, and all other social media handle them, where you get we from right across the country. Well, we're inside the studios with Mr. Harold Thomas, we're the program manager for the health education program at the Ministry of Health. Also, we don't be joining inside the studios as we say 2026 Arch just done. And the second batch of Sierra Leone, and we will go on this particular Hajj, and we don't return safely back to Sierra Leone. We're on the line now with Abubakar Ba, we in the press Achatena for the embassy in Saudi Arabia. Abubakar, good morning and welcome to Magic Television.
Yeah, good morning, my brother, and thank you for getting me in Magic TV online. But your voice come low.
Yeah, your voice is okay now. Everything okay. You dey get me?
Thank you for getting me on the show this morning.
Okay. So quick one. We don't get the second batch of pilgrims them we go inside this year Hajj 2026. Firstly, waiting now una take as the embassy for Sierra Leone and then we go participate by this year own Hajj.
Thank you very much. The entire Hajj successful this year. We get a total of 2,626 pilgrims and we participate in the Hajj. From Sierra Leone, when at the home base, 826. The one we register and fly from Sierra Leone, called the home base. The one from diaspora now 1,800. So all give you number 2,800, 2,000, 200, sorry. Give that total figure we're at 2,626. So first batch don't go, second batch we don't reach yesterday as you making an introduction. And right after I talk to you, I did at the Dar Al Sad Hotel. Where the buses don't come, about total of 5 buses for taking the last set of third and final batch for Salon. When a total of 2,600, sorry, when a total of 267 pilgrims. That's the type of going at the bus now for going at the airport, at the King Abdulaziz International Hajj Terminal Airport, and then we left 9:40 Salon time, sorry, 9:40 Saudi time, when at 6:40 na Sierra Leone, and they hope for reaching around 2 o'clock in the morning tomorrow.
Okay, so
far the Hajj successful.
Yeah, as you say, the Hajj successful. So far this year, your own Hajj. If you go compare with other years, them,
What's in our take on that?
Compared to the past years, this year's Hajj will get the highest number ever in the history of Salon. We'll get a total of 2,626 pilgrims will perform Hajj under the Salon contingent. Now the most successful Hajj this year compared to the previous years. And don't forget the task force who is Excellency President Dr. Julius Mada you established for coordinate the Hajj every year and improve on the Hajj. And in fact, this year we make a very unique compared to last year and previous years. All the pilgrims from Sierra Leone and even from the diaspora, diaspora, America, UK, Europe, Holland, Australia, and other African countries, they're all reaching at the shores of Saudi Arabia, in Medina, 1 week to the Hajj itself. That's a big news for we as Sierra Leone, irrespective of political party or ideology, we going for be happy for the country because before now, like the other previous, like 2022, some pilgrims that they reach na airport, immediately they reach na Arafat straight to Kerengu. But every year the task force they ensure they work together through the supervision of the Honorable Vice President, who is Excellency President Yom, appoint for supervise the Hajj. They don't really try, and as a country, we got to be proud of we nation for the pilgrims that can perform Hajj. Then they return today, they're happy one like the third batch, and the one they say we go ability some of them I don't talk to them, they're really happy about the entire process in terms of hospitality and how the Hajj go. And in fact, the government of Salon ensures the medical team this year we can 8 in number from Salon. Before now, be 5 every year 5, but this year 8 personnel then come. We get 3 doctors, 3 nurses, and 1 pharmacist. And even the diaspora pilgrims and say from across the world, we can mention US, UK, and the other side. There's about 30 personnel of medical personnel for support the task force. So the task force headed by Alaji Mutada, as he said, they don't do really well. We have to be happy and appreciate the embassy itself in Saudi Arabia because we self Naya from the ambassador His Excellency Mohammed Esbari and Deputy Abdulaziz Toure and the rest of the team they support the task force every year for ensuring the Hajj successful.
Okay, talk about hospitality. Salon gets any casualty this year?
For Sierra Leone, we get one elderly man where a Sierra Leone we register from the Gambia. In a Gambia is stay. So in can perform Hajj, but due to natural cause, Allah taking life, Allah not say for taking life in Makanaya. Now he passed away and then inform the families back in Gambia and then give them the rightful, respectful Islamic funeral in Makanaya. Then pray na the Kaaba and then they left to rest now. But for Sierra Leone and other parts of the world, we not get no casualty. There was a social media rumor when they mentioned about one Mariama Bangura where they say yeah, Banka Hajj and he get cardiac he passed away. As far as me know and as information attaché confirmed with the tax force, we not get no female casualty, no female pilgrim not come and die. Maybe sometimes it can privately other country or so, but even at that, as long as that's Sierra Leone, if that be happen, if we don't inform you, because if you remember 2024, we get some Sierra Leone pilgrims who register and come up from America can perform Hajj. We're not being under the Salon contingent. Then pay for Hajj, then get a fake Hajj visas, then can they stand down at the desert because this police them is restrict the entries to Arafat and then pass away the desert. Where that be happen, the Saudis there, when they carry realize then people get Salon connection, inform the Salon embassy. And the Salon embassy being good there at the time, the ambassador go there, including the deputy minister of social welfare, Alhaji Mohammed Haji Keller. But this year, we don't get no report say a female Sierra Leonean pig passed away na Makkah during the Hajj. That news day not true. Now just social media fabrication.
All right, so before now we don't hear outside they refer to pilgrims as Aja or Alhaji Lungi, and also we dey get information about health challenges. Pilgrims they reach late for go perform Hajj. We know dey hear most of them challenges there. So wetin don change and how una dey catalog them for more productive Hajj as we don't already start this 2026?
Very good question, my sister. I think Fatima, this very good question. Before 2018, last start, I don't want to be political here. From President Kaba in days, so even some parts and Eskuruma in the regime, we get pilgrims and the council no longer they feel for go Hajj. Now the time this name come, Alhaji Abuja Haji Alunge, we some pilgrims go don't pay their money under agencies and then kind of for strand na Abuja, then they tell them say, well, since we don't make the intention, God had the intention they look if you want to perform Hajj, able to reach na Abuja now by the Alhaji dress you return. So when you return, people then go say, this man he go Hajj but he not rich, he not church in the Kaaba. Then call an Alhaji Abuja or his friend Lungi. But from when His Excellency President Dr. Julius Maada you can power in 2018, imagine since 2018, we will not ever get a problem like that. We will want a similar issue in 2022 where some pilgrims have been stranded at Lungi at the time. One Alaji Masari from Kenema, they don't pass in the Lagos Ganjana, they make a video where go viral. Where it say what in and do so they do prophet way reach Maka where they be drive out of Maka. I say pay money. Where the VPC that he ensures say pull your money, he charge another plane, and he said that first that party that will be the first person who enter that the plane. Then pigs have been come. So overall, since 2018 to now, we don't bring a positive revolution at the Hajj business. You know, a positive change. All the pilgrims where they pay them money for can perform Hajj or scholarship. Where's the rich Lungi? They know they will sign separate. Then they bought the flight and come. So that has been addressed, and from 2018 to now, nobody, you know, not ever one perform Hajj or pay money or a get scholarship, he come, you know, he will perform Hajj. All the pilgrims and this are a total of 2,626. They all can perform Hajj. They reach the Kaaba, they make it in Tawaf, they go Arafah, they all perform the Hajj. So these are been say initially as Sierra Leoneans we go for proud of a country, proud of we government. And most of the pilgrims I want to talk to on video stream. Well, if I know they identify themselves, I will just come meet a point to the camera. They praise the government of His Excellency President Julius Maada Bio. Even though he as a Catholic Christian, the kind of support where they give, the unwavering committed support and commitment where they go to a people as a leader, including the Vice President, Honorable VP Dr. Mohamed Jule Jallo. He don't provide the necessary leadership where in boss His Excellency President Bio asks her for do. For ensure say the task force headed by Alhaji Mutada Sise, they ensure say all pilgrims from the diaspora to Sierra Leone, even though brother the way we get that problem in 2024 from America, they all commend the government of Salone and His Excellency President Bio for the leadership where they don't provide for support the Hajj process. So far Sierra Leoneans, irrespective of political party, we have to be proud of our country, proud of our nation. Gone are the days of Alhaji Abuja Hajj Aluge. Now we not get again. Any pilgrim pay in money for Hajj or get scholarship, it will reach na Arafah, it will reach na the Kaaba. So that now we for be proud of that. As I talk to the pilgrims, the bus stand in the road, and I just like 7 minutes walk to the Kaaba. Imagine the kind of hotel, the where they from Medina to Makkah, now close to the Kaaba. Every Muslim they proud for go. Now they them dey. Right now as I talk to you, Fatima.
All right. So me question na that una don't get system where go able for record or put all then issue they also in place. I mean, for example, the medical we dey get medical issue, proper checks not be they happen. Then now people then they reach. So the embassy, government sign and also the tax force, they're not able for catalog all the issue they ask for. See say the trend of positive change continue.
Yes, that day in place from 2018 to now. The tax force, you know, don't ensure say every year when they can have a medical team.
Okay.
You know, if you follow some of the stream that even interview the doctor then, you know, this year are 8. In fact, I'm 5 in the car every year. But this year are 8 medical personnel that come for support the Hajj tax force from Freetown. You know, we get 3 doctors, 3 nurses, and 1 pharmacist. You know, they provide medical support. And for the diaspora, out of that 1,800 pilgrims who then come, they get 30 medical personnel. We come with the support, they provide medical support to the presidential task force. You know, the pilgrims, anywhere we feel sick, they just they go to the hospital, you know, because all the hotels and then get a hospital floor. You know, when they go meet them, then check them and treat them. And some of the common sickness are cold, pneumonia, because the place here very hot and the mosques then the AC high. And people when they come out, especially like Salone, a tropical country, because of the high AC, then they get flu and cold and pneumonia. But then treat them, and so far will not get any casualty except that power mentioned from the Gambia, where pass away due to natural causes.
Okay. Thank you, Alhaji Abubakar Bawe, na the communication attaché na the embassy na Saudi Arabia for this good information we don't give it.
Thank you very much, my brother, and thanks to Fatima and the entire TV for online for getting me on this interview for raise awareness on the success we will get as Sierra Leoneans, and we're going to be proud of our country. We pray this will continue every year. We improve on that, and Barcelona majority of 80% are Muslims.
Okay.
All right. Well, now so we the end that interview day, and we welcome all we Alhaji and Haja them back home, and we say plenty thank you to the government of Salone, the tax force, and the embassy in Saudi Arabia. Plenty thank you to everybody we don't put in effort into the 2026 Hajj. We dey continue with the program and we still get now the studio Howard Thomas from the Ministry of Health. It is also today they give a rundown of preparedness activity where the ministry don't do for CC in case Ebola comes salon we go able for feta. Now Lord, we go back to the how we get for do with the borders. So many different crossing points them na salon and in 2014 the Ebola encounter na salon na the one parent border they also be responsible all the way from Kailaun district. So now the alertness waiting at inside in the first of all now able for reach all the different crossing point then.
Yes, of course. We get special. We get what we call the POE point of entry. That's a whole setup within the National Public Health Agency and the Ministry of Health. Then they work with all them border crossing points, both entry and exit. So then they don't put things in place for make sure so when person they come or even when they go out, we apply the same measures them. Also because you know they travel with plane, you know they go through this. All the way through they do so now, whether they travel by sea, by land or by air, we still they check and they monitor. And again, we work with the community people then. There will key community stakeholders, the then chief, then traditional healers them, because we find out say the first person we been get Ebola na Saloon 2014, I mean traditional healer. One man we the main people they would say they can call them also Liberia, Guinea. And by then somebody been sick, we been get Ebola na Guinea, we go treat them, and not be no Ebola, we come the spread on a Saloon. So we also they work with the traditional healers them. We get the executives they work with. We work with religious leaders them. We work with youth leaders them, and all key community stakeholders them. We work with them not to just health business alone, but everybody involved in this. So we make sure say people them for understand and for the simple messages that we give them. At this stage, we no need for panic. We need for realize say potential for the Ebola spread in any country a day. So what we tell people them, if you see anybody they get high fever, where body they act for no reason, you know, do no exercise, you feel tired, you know, do not walk, extreme tiredness or something and they, but this one not to always be happy with Ebola. There people that not misunderstand me, not to when everybody will get Ebola they bleed. But some people then can bleed from any of the orifices and what we call openings, and neither your ears, your nose, your mouth, and any side will not get opening at the body. If you see that kind of thing, not touch that person, just call 117, or the person you advise them for go to the nearest health facility, then we'll know what thing for do. Because Ebola, we go only confirm Ebola when the person positive, we method they use for test. And that only 10 we will say this person a positive case. And one case of them disease and they now what we call an outbreak. Another is some disease like measles. If you get, not one, they get like a 3 within one geographical area, within an area, and then you go see this is an outbreak of measles. But for Ebola, we get other diseases like Marburg, chikungunya, Rift Valley fever, Congo Crimean fever. They one and did it all. When you get one case, now then call an immediately reportable disease. We they take them very, very serious because the potential for it is spread is very, very, very high.
So the crossing points them, how often I can visit them, because then particular side and then a side and we little bit difficult for handle. How frequent the
well,
ministry?
not a periodic business to say you go today, tomorrow. No,
yeah.
We get with presence day. We get with presence na them place and the portrait officers they're always there and invisible. Themselves they wear white coats like we then coat them doctor. Then they wear the right and they say portals na them back. So any side if you identify them. They're not there for hamburger anybody in travel. Now make now, then they make them so simple that it not go delay you. But you need for adhere to waiting and say simple checks and you go able for pass.
Okay, Mr. Aul, I'll go back to my earlier question I be asked. But before I go to that question, all this money we don't they work with the National Public Health Agency and the Ministry of Health. You know, salon is we can get rumors at times. We get rumors say the American government don't give salon or salon don't collect money from the American government. Firstly, is it true?
I don't want to make as you know a media house they deal with rumor.
No,
you understand.
I just decide forget for the clarity of reviewers them. We care about reviewers
and we
so collect for them they get the factual information. We happy say you there and you they in charge of for that for give this information.
With the monitor rumor, in fact we call them rumor monitoring and in management and monitoring. Now, but we get to call behavioral intelligence and infodemic management. Now the plenty that we talk, but rumor is completely false.
Okay.
We been get a session where the deputy minister of health been there and some other top people from Ministry of Health and Public Health Agency. When the deputy minister of health explains it during MPOX, the government may give 1.8 billion. So the reporter, one part of the reporters them either understand better or intentionally he say the government don't give 1.8 billion or $1 million for Ebola. Make I tell you, DRC and Uganda right now they struggle for get money for do the for cope with the outbreak. Let alone salon we just begin this. And then kind talk and now that make a lot of misconceptions and the day. It's not all about money. People and they feel say, oh, this kind of money they don't get. No, we with the work we sit down partner, we just job this. Like already they do so, they know they pay me for them because we month done and they pay me on a day job, except if I get for do extra, I take extra risk. So now we did job this, and a lot of countries then get them preparedness budget where they don't make. Because in anything you do, you need money. Even while the Canada so I use vehicle, you get forget fuel and all that kind of thing. But now it's not forthcoming, but we know say with time we go achieve that, but no such money like that. But the media house we've been do that, we've been correct them, then we don't retract that particular one day. So that was a mere maybe misconception or misunderstanding or misrepresentation, but that's not ever happened.
Okay, so and again you talk about the core areas, them surveillance. Yeah. So take me through how far on our become successful in all them core areas then.
Well, as I say, we activate. We prepare to a preparedness level. So we get so many of them, and then we get surveillance and epidemiology. Them and then they go do what we call active case search. Then they sit down, then carry report, then they go find out if they see because they deal with suspected. Anybody we get them signs and symptoms. In fact, from where Ebola done, when they been declared Ebola outbreak over. Since then, we not ever stop for check for Ebola. We generalize and I will get to what they call VHF, we test for VHF, viral hemorrhagic fever. I've been named some of them, and the way they say viral hemorrhagic fever, and then fever they like Ebola, Marburg disease, very similar to Ebola, chikungunya, Rift Valley fever, Congo Crimean fever, a yellow fever, a lot of them. And so anybody will get headache, where they get fever, where they get bleeding, where they get tiredness, or where they get generalized body pain, not suspects. Anybody is a suspect. If you get out with suspect you, will they take you specimen? Will they go test them? But all them tests for where Ebola done, all them tests they will test, we not get non case of Ebola. Sometimes we will get for yellow fever, we will get for Lassa fever, we get for other things dem. So we get a group who dey test for, not for one disease. We laboratory get the capacity for one for but call any sickness. If I say the call am now, for where I begin, I go call a lot of am, e no go done quick. So we dey test generally. So we not ever been stop safe. Before I say right now we don come, we don high thing with surveillance system. So when I test, the laboratory now responsible for give the results. And we get a very competent laboratory now. We get the public health laboratory, national public health laboratory in a saloon. And what would they do test? Like if we do them kind of test, and even when if it's positive or negative, we dey send them back for confirmation. Now we get another lab, we the regional lab we call Institute Pasteur. That is Pasteur Institute in English. That Institute in Pasteur dey na Senegal dey. We dey send them back for confirm, so that they no go make mistake, say na false negative or false positive. Even then, first one that will go happen. From there, we dey send am na South Africa back. We get another laboratory. We get a system. This is not anybody could just come no more. You know, we now in not all the force, we get laboratory scientists them. We not to then get maybe some of them master's level competence, some of them up to PhD competence. Where the scientists then when they work on the bench, where they do them test and we confirm. We get all what it takes. So and we also they compare notes with neighboring countries them. The laboratory then get a network all over West Africa, all over Africa. We get the case management, the one that really treat. Then they you know compare with other countries. Then they get online interactions. Then they even get physical one. You know, then can go to country like Ghana, another side, and then can cancel saloon. We get also the risk communication. What do they do so? What are they do so right now? Risk communication, ICC, risk communication and community engagement. That means a whole setup we get. We now that one and the now we force like we see anything. You see press release they come out, public release they come out, advice they come out. We get a protocol. Where something happen within the first 2 hours, what do they do? First 4 hours, first 24 hours, we they do them, and then they judge we by that, you know, then they assess we by that. We also get like as a say case management, the one that we did treat. We get the point of entry. We get the medical countermeasures, the one that like them pharmacies where they put the medicine in place, where they also put you know them PPEs and everything. So we get all that one and the all waiting it take. We get the administrative part. So everybody they work 24/7. Now within an emergency mode. You know they will work say sometimes you go work 8 o'clock morning, 5 o'clock you take you back, you go every day, 24 hours, everybody they work. And now so we they deal with counterparts them. We get network now West Africa. Like me, like we where they deal with this communication. We get the ICC network, you know, now West Africa, 16 countries. They can't they talk so me counterpart na Liberia, na Guinea, na Ivory Coast are getting number right now. My phone get the number. So we always they talk. Sometimes they would get webinars. Sometimes they would meet. You know, the last year we just meet. I think Ghana. You know, we they meet always. We can meet in different countries. And the same thing they happen for the lab people, the surveillance people, and we get a broader network. You know, me as a health promotion specialist, we get what we call COPA, the community of practice for health promotion in Africa. We myself now one executive member. We down in the whole of Africa. All them countries, then get Eastern Africa, Southern, then get Central Africa, then get in West Africa. We did that network. So we all be safe. We all get with numbers them. We can talk virtually. We can even meet. You know, and so we did. And we also even help other countries. For instance, when we get the Marburg last year, we get that Marburg outbreak. Now Rwanda, Marburg just feel like Ebola. Now in close cousin, almost the same. When they get waiting people them be doing a saloon. Now so people them begin doing you know Rwanda. Then they want to go hide in a bush and sick. all them kind of things. Now then, see, well, salon we don't go through similar thing. Then call we. We make sure say the advices that like, they give so we write them, we give them, we send them. Then you know stop so far. Then say they want medical team. A medical team come on a salon, doctor, nurses, hygienists. Then go. Let us take 3 months safe. Then come back safe and sound. Then come the outbreak done na Rwanda. Very recently, last year back, then get outbreak of mpox. Where we been just done with Riona Saloon. For this communication, you know what we do so? We send somebody go we send somebody go. You know now one of these Eastern African country, Southern African country, Zambia. The person go there. We go there, in fact, Namibia. He go there. Now he go deal with that one day for them. Say it done. He did himself, now he get an outbreak of measles as well. He get for help them back again. So now then kind of thing and they will depend. Sometimes and they like what they try for do we you know we materials and everything. When it the one that way they get active last week, we they talk to them and say, let we see some of our material, then bring and come. They send them for we adapt them to real situation. Now that kind of interaction, because this is not a very a small and global village. We always make sure say we work together, for prevent diseases. But again, as they say, the public, the community people, and for be very very cooperative and cooperative with we, because what they do now for we all, not for any in gains and or anything, because when everybody will hear about Ebola, not to say anybody they glad with, we lost a number of doctors a number of colleagues health workers not to talk of we family, we brother, we party. Nobody not get person in a salon we not will get either party or at least possibly we been get Ebola, we die or we sick of Ebola. So not to think we for glad for not to think we people then go lie or then go want make it kind of we country. And rumors, we see what thing be happening in Liberia the other day. We even the health worker they spread rumor, But we don't want that kind of thing for happening here. Now that make we they put out we're not supposed to do ourselves even when we get an outbreak. If the outbreak day, then we will say, well, today we get 1 case, we get 5, we get 0. But even now, they put something in the messages, though we tell people and say, as of now, we get 0 case. We not get an outbreak in a saloon. You understand? So that people can go understand. Say, we not get. But when we not get, not mean to say, we for relax. We for make sure, say, this thing, because it affects everybody. Remember, religious leaders, they are very cooperative. Now, for the first time in history in a saloon, when Ebola been there, church, usually, whatever happens, church not they close on Sunday, mosque not they close on Friday, but churches and mosques then close, nightclubs and close, entertainment centers, even restaurants then close. So we don't want that only for happen, because when it happen, a lot of standstill they affect the economy, they affect a lot of things. So man go don't make arrangement for a wedding tomorrow. If they say lockdown, they go married na puella married the puel or na puella party the puel. We don't want that. So if we want to make this thing not happen, now we can't say we for be cooperative, because we not go want for CC. All the efforts they put, some people and they do certain things and for make denting and the message not go through.
Okay, well, as we not get much time inside the program again, I don't know if Fatima want to take some few text messages.
Yes,
them.
some message them come inside the program. The first one they ask say, how most people reporter they accept per day, and this other one way I go read now the WhatsApp line. They say, good morning, Mr. Somos. What is happening with regards Kailaun district and also other areas? You need to pay attention to some of those crossing points. This other one now the WhatsApp line. They say, what is the difference between the two or the different category of Ebola you have just mentioned. And the other one, they say you need to step up with advocacy in terms of serious public education by using the different languages for more education. People are so difficult to accept change, so step up with more education to see how you can get them on board, because there are so many denial. This other one, they say, now the Facebook page, Aziz, they say, what mechanism the ministry is putting in place to ensure that the Ebola outbreak do not encounter or do not reach Sierra Leone. All right. This other one we are going at the WhatsApp line, they say, thank you so much for the update. I think I saw you recently again in other media or TV stations. Keep it up and keep engaging us. The last one, they say, we recorded more cases in 2014 because of delay in response. Please, what have you done to make sure we have prompt response whenever there is a case? That are some of the
Okay, well,
messages.
I could take one normal at the Facebook page. We say, se- oh, this is not too clear. Well, I'll take another one. We say, Mr. Harold, if you say the money that the minister was talking about was given by the government of Sierra Leone, what, how, or who is financing the preparation or the Ebola preparedness? This one, I will call the person name. So that they say, if the government want for go take money for carry Ebola, make them tell we want for work as Ebola Bokuman been gently. Now then to then I go take inside the
Okay.
program, Mr. Aaron, I will give you a chance for talk.
Okay, thank you very much. I can begin with the last one. To me, that particular statement, very, very helpful. Now, this really talk. So that particular person, with all due respect, the advisor, make it desist from that kind of mindset, and making use that expertise in a way they use their energy for talk to people on preventive measures. Then the other one we talk about money was given to Sierra Leone, this I just mentioned because what you be asked, say there was a misconception where the minister been talk about money where they been give for MPOX, where one media outside I misunderstand, or not be very clearly say they don't give money for Ebola. We're not to the case, and now we try for put things in place. Not only money, we will try for get things. It can be in kind, like even the portal we do so safe. We get certain partners that we help for do that one day, but purely the IT department from the National Public Health Agency. Now then do them because then get people and they in place. Because first what they do like this, we spend a lot of money because we get for go pay consultants for camp, but we get people in that way. Government the pay now they don't work down the within the drum. Somebody has said we recorded more cases in 2014. Saloon, even when we get mpox and saloon, you find out say we cases them plenty past Guinea and Liberia. I know they say other countries they know they do the right thing, but we in Sierra Leone, when there is an outbreak, from the day we record the first case, we will test and record the first case. Any case where they come, we dey add am as cumulative. So if 10 come, if they go for another one, they go to 15 till the last day. So it go to cumulative. And for recording then disease and they not get one set pattern. Some countries and they, as long as they don't establish it, they don't get the disease. Anyone we can out, then they take them as like a probable case. They not they even test without signing and treat them. So it not they go cumulative. So now that make you find out say Ebola we recorded the highest, mpox we recorded the highest because now so we they do. It not they ever come out. Pass if the person die, okay, we go say this and that. But even when you don't well, if we get 1,000 cases, and let's say only 1,000 well, but still it go dey dey as soon as so we dey do. So, but we not dey question how other countries and they do their own. So that is it. As this we dey also talk about wetin whose mechanism the government put in place for
make Ebola no come
for
salon.
let
I
Ebola
think
no
he joining
come
late.
for let Ebola no come saloon. But I mean don't take me time for explain say we are one of the first countries where you know they some people and they, even they accuse you say they say una so una they over respond to this thing because this is not the near una. Why una they do that? But it's better to over respond than to under respond. So or we they overreact. And say why not they overreact? Well, thing they under you know reach here. It better we overreact than we underreact. You know because then he always say until everyone is safe, no one is considered to be safe. And a threat anywhere is a threat everywhere. If you get threat na DRC, na a threat na yeah. Because as I say, for travel inside plane, if you dey under 8 hours take you long, you go down the inside salon, sometimes everything will delay yourself for reach and use something na we own traffic na yeah. You know, but so we dey make sure say we put mechanisms in place for make we not even we dey what we can say we dey deny empty access of the virus. We no wan make it come na saloon. So now that make we dey do everything. But then one day we dey always think, even upon all this education, why don't take me time this morning, we get a lot of other things for do for talk to people and still people and deal with this mindset whether they talk like saying because of money or because of other things. You know, we for help for use that energy they for talk to people. Somebody say how what should they do for step up with advocacy? We already don't step up with education. We don't do it because always they do so safe. You know, in some countries, until they get an outbreak, they don't put poster. But we don't they put poster. We don't they do this. We don't they do that with the Canada media houses. We don't step up. But one thing, you know, we now the messenger. So we dey try for send the message, but people and for also receive the message in good faith and for make sure say they even help we for spread the messages and the way very much important. And somebody that has written the difference between the two types or between the types of Ebola, and we don't talk say there are differences. The germs where they cause them, they call a virus, you know, the Ebola virus actually. But it get different strain. It just like I say when in person you go name Thomas, sometimes you name Harold, the other person name John, the other one name Mary. Now that kind difference dey, but una related all na Ebola like we go say well Thomas na Thomas for instance if you want make that analogy dey. So but then particular then strain specific that kind of way we been get a saloon like where person gets and so e no go likely get other one again. E don't get some amount of immunity, but this one is different. So until if you're not exposed to that, it's like they say you not been ever get them. The vaccine when they give for that day is different from this one when they give. Even polio, when you get where they talk polio na salon, you get polio type 1, type 2, type 3. Now so different types in the. So now that they make. And for now what to make it serious because if not force them, if not be that last year when they get Ebola Zaire, you know na salon Guinea Liberia. Now here they mean able for develop that vaccine because we Ebola may take long time. So they mean get them vaccine and they where them they give people away where they do ring vaccination. Like if one person exposed now, then give them so that most of the one they know they get again because they build immunity. But they're not able for do one because they not get the vaccine. All what you for do right now, now prevention, let we not get them. Education, now we for do right now. Or the one that we don't get them, they make sure say they manage them well in time for let them not go die. But for now, vaccine not there and like a first and then survival them. Then they help for work now treatment center, they do this and do that. Because then they don't get to German and them body way, it not go affect them. But now it not be so. It's different. So now that make with the talk. And somebody say how many people the portal they accommodate. Endless, any amount it they take because now online. Then so make a now that now much as now web based, now also you phone safe. If you get your computer, you go fill out portal in the forms na the computer, or if you get your phone safe, you go use them. And we also make an that we dey help people. Somebody go they travel and not understand but phone business or wetin dem call. We get people and they will go assist you. If you go back na you no get internet, that area then they already do and then go give free Wi-Fi for at least there you go hook up, you make and submit, and people then they will go assist. But they do all this for them not put hardship because when then thing can happen, you find out say people then go begin one day, hey, for can go na airport now, you go straight now for go begin fill form. They make it easy for you. So if you not sabi safe, person go just ask you, wetin na your name? You put am. Wetin na this? Wetin na your passport number? You put am. Then check you temperature, then put am. So it go easy for them do am because we want make am very very friendly. We not go take time. Like we all picking and now say they're able for play with them phone, computer business. The one that we're not able, let them know is still we get people and they will go assist them. Not say you not get internet. You cannot feel all things have na host before you go. Where you see internet, the way you see them connect no more. As you press now, the thing don't submit, it don't go. But with the dual line for them, we not go waste people in time. Remember last year Ebola, in fact COVID, line the long so people and they don't tire. They don't kind of one go. Then still then a line for me then go fill form. But that one day will make them very easy for people.
Okay, plenty thank you to you, Mr. Aaron Thomas, for where you make yourself available inside the studios, and also for giving this good public education about the preparedness of Sierra Leone for this Ebola we already done in the DRC Congo and also Uganda. Well, now so the program go left for today, the Magic Morning Tea. Me and Mampa presenter them for this morning, Edward Nyake Toure.
And me na Fatima say they say tata and get yourself a lovely Tuesday.
The same old system and the same problem.
Welcome to Magic Morning Tea. Magic Morning Tea is the best for brightening your day. Our dedicated team are always set and ready to bring you impactful information to magically brighten up your day. Magic Morning Tea will bring you information on tourism, culture, gender, politics, sports, disability, and many more. So stay tuned, stay connected to Magic Morning Tea on Magic Television, Channel 38, Facebook, YouTube, and other social media handles. Magic Television, your trusted information hub.